to you about. But we were talking earlier how you're going to wear these beautiful shoes when you're going to be interviewing Johnny Depp.
Dialogue.
Soon. Dialogue with Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Because there's so many things I could ask you about that. Why are you two talking, and why are thousands of people going to show up to watch you talk?
Well, they're going to show up because Johnny's there, probably. But as I was telling you earlier, I'm very happy that we built this program, my Origins Project, which looks at everything from the origins of the universe to the origins of consciousness. And we run high-level scientific meetings with the best people in the world on different forefront topics that are interdisciplinary. But we always have a public component where we have panels or discussions, and because we built up a brand, we get 3,000 people regularly coming to pay to come to our programs, and I'm just very proud of that. As proud of that as anything I've done at Arizona. But science and culture are intertwined, and one of the new brands we've created beyond these panels is things called dialogues, and just like we're having now, people I think are interested in conversations between people that for one reason or another they think are interesting, and so we started last year. My first one was with Alan Alda, an actor who's also interested in science, and we call, I think, Science and Culture, Long Lost Lovers. And we did it at a beautiful location, actually, in that case, downtown in Phoenix. And then Noam Chomsky, and Johnny is going to surprise people. We're actually having a workshop. Again, the National Institutes of Health asked me to organize it on pattern processing in the brain and computers exploring creativity and madness. And it's a fascinating topic, and it ought to be a fascinating meeting. And I thought, well, how could we complement that with a public event? And Johnny and I were talking, and I thought if anyone could talk about creativity and madness, both from his work and the people he knows, it would be Johnny. And he had trust in me. He hasn't done anything like this before, and but people will be surprised because he's a very thoughtful, literate man, and I think people will be surprised. Some people said, "Why do you have Johnny Depp on? It's just a pretty face," and they sell him short. And I think, but for me, it's this fact that you can't separate science and culture. That science is part of our culture, and it does what art, music, and literature do. It causes us to reassess our place in the cosmos. And Johnny, I met because Johnny was a fan of mine, which rather surprised me at the time. My stepdaughter, when I told her, who was a big fan of Johnny's, by the way, and when I told her what he'd said, some rather nice things, she said she found it funny that someone she found amusing but annoying was idolized by someone that she idolized. But Johnny was interested in the things I'd done, and which surprised me. But now I'm not, because I know him. So I think it'll be fascinating to just have a dialogue to explore lots of ideas as well as things about Johnny, and then have the public ask questions. But we'll explore not just the movies, but aspects of the relationship between creativity and madness. He's had great relations with people like Hunter Thompson, and then portrayed him on the screen. So I'm not 100% certain where we're going to go yet. It's a week and a half from now, and I've got a lot of things between now and then. But we're exploring a bunch of possibilities, and we'll see where it goes.
Very excited to see that.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
To watch the rest of this fascinating interview, click on the link below and go to londonrealacademy.com. There you can sign in with your social media, log in, and watch the rest of the episode for free, along with all of our episodes on London Real, my webinars, and all of our premium content, all located over at londonrealacademy.com. So click on the link below. You'll be directed there, and you can watch the rest of this fascinating interview, and I'll see you there.